Hey there, welcome again, all of you. This is Chirag Desai from Right Way IELTS Academy, and this is my second lecture in a series of 4 lectures in total for IELTS essay writing. In the very first lecture, I have brainstormed how to write an effective IELTS essay in order to get more than 7.5 bands. Students, if you have not viewed my first video, please go and watch it first. The link is given in my description because this video is in continuation with the first one, right? So today what we will do is that we will actually start writing the IELTS essay. In the previous lecture, this is a screenshot from a previous lecture, right? Where we have selected an IELTS essay question of positive or negative development, and that lecture was totally conducted and focused on how to plan the essay. You know it very well that we have to spend around 40 minutes in IELTS in order to write an essay, and we have to write at least 250 words. So the time has to be fragmented. Like if we have to plan this essay, we should spend 5 minutes. You should not write abruptly, start writing abruptly, right? Because IELTS essays, the topics of the IELTS question, it demands your analytical thought process. They are not factual information, they are not factual topics which you can start suddenly. You first have to think about it because they demand you to either discuss things, they demand you to take some opinion or position, because the questions, they relate to the current burning issues of the society, whether it would be education, maybe youth crime, anything, like nature or ecology or environment, anything, isn't it? So you should first plan the essay. Now, IELTS essay, or let's to be precise, essay writing is common for all English proficiency tests. If you are prepared to sit for TOEFL or maybe PT, it is equally required for you to have an effective hands out as far as IELTS writing is concerned, essay writing is concerned. So in the last lecture, we had a detailed discussion how to plan an essay and spend the first 5 minutes very effectively in order to get more than 7.5 bands. Okay, so students, please go and watch it if you haven't watched it, and then come down to this lecture. So now let's come down to this lecture. Okay, fine. So today, this second lecture, I'll cover the opening part of the essay writing, that is introductory paragraph. In the third lecture, upcoming lecture, I'll cover the body paragraphs. And in the fourth and the last lecture of this whole series, I'll cover the concluding part of this essay question. So let's start, students. In the introductory paragraph, it is very much important. This paragraph is very much important. And according to my experience, many of the students, many students, they underestimate the importance of introductory paragraph. They only focus on the body paragraphs. They focus on the vocabulary, they focus on ornamental language. See, IELTS examiner does not demand all these things on a primary basis. It is what you see, what you get, right? There are 4 band giving criterias for IELTS writing, that is TA or TR, that is task achievement to task response, LR, lexical resource, CC, cohesion and coherence, and last GRA, that is grammatical range of accuracy. So your answer will be awarded or rewarded bands or scores, keeping in view how beautifully you have covered all those criteria. So introductory paragraph, you should write at least 45 to 55 words and should not spend more than 5 minutes on this. First of all, you have to manage your words, number of words, and you have to manage your time, because you have to write at least 250 words in 40 minutes, isn't it? So you should not exceed this limit. Introductory paragraph is the gateway to impress the examiner. This is the very first part of your writing right? Which will fall into the eyes of the examiner. So students, you should not underestimate this part. It is very much necessary for you to cast an impression upon the mindset of the examiner, and this is one of the greatest opportunity. This paragraph brings you that opportunity. Okay, so how to start it? So very first thing, what you should include is, first of all, find the keywords inside the question where you have to repeat those words, right, while you write. There are many words, like let's see how many words are there. So let's see, young people, you will repeat this thing repeatedly. You'll use it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times in your essay, in your answer. Parents, home, again you'll repeat it, right? Finish school or living on their own, isn't it? You'll repeat all these things. Positive, negative, you'll repeat all these words. So first of all, let us find out the synonyms. Why? Because if you repeat young people, young people, young people, then you will not get appropriate bands. Why? Because in that case, you're not maintaining the LR, that is lexical resource. Examiner will think that you have limited resources as far as the words and synonyms are concerned. So first of all, if you're a beginner, you don't have that much knowledge of more words into your warehouse, try to brainstorm and write down more and more synonyms. So young people, young, we can write youngster. Adolescent is also nice word. You can write down teenagers. Since it is linked with the school, let us write down student, pupils, isn't it? Then parents, write peer, you can write guardian, you can write elders, you can write family members. These are some of the synonyms, students. Living on their own, you can write independent. This is also one fine word. On living without any interferences, this is also a synonym. Positive, you can write pros, you can write down merits, write down benefits, advantages, lots and lots of words are there. Negative, you can write down cons, demerits, drawbacks, disadvantage, isn't it? Let's say darker side, say adverse effect, and say detrimental effect. Lots and lots of words are there, students. Impact. So first of all, brainstorm all these things, isn't it? Now what you should do in the introductory part, your introductory paragraph must contain these three things logically sequenced. Okay, the very first part, find out what is stated in the essay question which you cannot deny. Find out. This is the very first thing. Second, after finding it out, rephrase the question. And in the last, tell the examiner what you will write or what you will cover in the essay along with your opinion if asked. These three things, students, has to be there. These are logically sequenced. You should sequence it logically, isn't it? So the very first part of introduction, Find out what is stated in the essay question which you cannot deny. What is undeniably true? So let us find out. Let us read the question. In many countries around the world, young people decide to leave their parents' home once they finish school. This is an undeniable truth given in the essay question. This is a statement in the essay question which you can't deny, isn't it? So you first rephrase it. You have to rephrase it. They start living on their own or share a home with friends. So young students, once they finish up their schools, you know, on the verge of their adolescence, they're leaving their parental houses in order to study further, or maybe, like living with other friends, or to do some job prospects. So what we will do is that we will start the essay by acclaiming this undeniable truth. This will allow the examiners to understand that the student has actually understood and interpreted the essay question very effectively. So you can use various phrases, because it has become a trend, see, in many countries. So what you do is that there are various phrases. So I'll use one of the phrases which I use very frequently. Over the last few years, isn't it? Over the last few years, there has been an increasing fashion or trend, let's say trend of now we have to find one synonym of youngsters. Young, that's, let's say, teenagers or students or adolescent. Youngsters, right? Let's write down adolescents leaving their parental homes, parent, elders, family members. So let's on their family residence, either to pursue higher studies or to live independently. Now we have done this thing. We have actually reiterated what was the essay statement. Okay, right? Now we have to rephrase the question. We've done it simultaneously. Now this phenomena contains both the things. See, positive or negative. The question asks, is this a positive or negative development? Okay, so now what we will do is that we will club these two things, rephrase the question and tell the examiner what you will cover in the essay along with your opinion. Now in the last lecture, we have brainstormed all these logical arguments and we ended up getting more points on the positive side. So at that point, we have decided that, okay, we'll go with the positive development. So over here also, we'll do that. The above phenomena contains both. Now let's write down the synonyms of positive and negative. So let's write, we can write down pros and cons, merits and demerits, benefits and drawbacks, isn't it? So let us write down, contains both merits and demerits. And I believe the former means merits. Okay, the former clearly outweighs the latter, which will be elaborated further in this essay. So guys, see, this is your opening paragraph, isn't it? How many words are there? Let's find out. It is 51 words. So again, it falls into our length of, like range of 45 to 55 words. Now, this is And effective part, once the examiner will look onto this, because this is the very first part the examiner will have his or her eyes on. So the very first thing the examiner will look is that, okay, the student has actually interpreted the essay question. The student has utilized a range of lexical resource, that is synonyms. The student has also used all the sentences in a logical sequence. Your CC is also maintained, your LR is maintained. Now over again, it is, like a preparation, right? And the time based preparation, so it has to be in present perfect tense. Yes, so the grammar is also correct. So in this manner you should write your introduction, right? Now many students they underestimate the opening parts and they write down very abruptly, like they will write like this: nowadays young people leave their parents home. They do this because they want to live independently. I believe this is a positive development and which is discussed in the essay. So guys, there is nothing wrong in this, but yes, what are some of the drawbacks? Because it is not up to the par as far as IELTS writing is concerned. So you will get, and you will end up getting 4.5 or 5 bands. First of all the words are repeated. See, parents home, young people, right? Also you have used simple sentences, different things, they are not connected using connecting devices, and this is the only reason why you people cannot get more than 5 or 5.5 bands. So students, if you really want to excel further, if you really want to move forward, and if you want to get more than 7.5 bands, you should go logically. You should go logically. So this was the video regarding the introductory part. In the upcoming lecture, we will cover the body paragraphs, which we have already brainstormed, isn't it? And we will cover the body paragraphs. And in the last lecture of this series, we will end up this essay. We will write the concluding paragraph. I hope you will all like this video. And if you really like it, kindly comment and give me the feedbacks. If you need your writing evaluation for your essay, kindly send it to me on my email ID, or you can WhatsApp me to 9898 161612. Kindly WhatsApp your essay and I'll evaluate on these things, right? Once again, thank you for watching this video. Have a great life ahead.